Welcome to St. Lucie Public Schools Transportation Department, Employee Training and Development. This training session will outline two-way radio expectations. The purpose of this training is to outline the proper expectations for two-way radio usage. Proper radio communication is essential to maintaining a professional image and ensuring effective operations within the transportation department. During this training, we'll review proper radio communication techniques, learn 10 codes and signals, and understand radio navigation procedures. All employees are expected to adhere to these standards at all times. Did you know all radio operations are required to abide by the rules of the Federal Communications Commission, otherwise known as the FCC? Profane or obscene language on the radio is strictly prohibited. Excessive, lengthy conversations or chatter not related to business is prohibited. If you learn your channel is being used to transmit an emergency, you are required to stay off the air. Do not transmit music over the radio or otherwise use your radio for any non-business messages. This includes making noises or sound effects. And finally, keep in mind, there are penalties issued for violation of rules and regulations of the FCC. In addition, any employee who violates this policy will be subject to disciplinary action. Any employee found to be deliberately interfering in two-way radio communications will be subject to disciplinary action up to dismissal for endangering the safety of children. Let's take a look at some of the radio functions. First, the display screen that allows you to view what channel you are on. Keep in mind, each time you press the button to speak over the radio, the screen identifies you with a radio code. Each bus has its own radio ID code. On either side, you have the volume and the channel. This could be buttons or a turnstile knob, again allowing you to up the volume or reduce the volume and change the channel to communicate with other departments. Be sure to firmly hold down the microphone button while speaking and release the button when done. All drivers are expected to know and understand radio codes and signals. While 10-4, 10-9, 10-20, and Signal 4 are most commonly used, you must also be familiar with Signal 0, 36, 43, and 57. Be sure you never announce situations without using proper signal numbers. This leads to confusion and can create unnecessary radio traffic. All staff are expected to know and use proper radio signals and codes. 5 rules of the radio. Number 1, keep your radio volume up. At no time should your radio volume be turned down. Dispatch and management may need to contact you at any moment, including during emergencies. You must be able to hear your radio at all times. The only exception to this is at a railroad stop. But as soon as that stop is completed, be sure you turn your radio volume back up. Number 2, keep your transmissions professional and work-related only. Two-way radio use is strictly for business purposes. Keep in mind that our channels are not private. Emergency services and other school board employees may be listening. Yelling, comments, noises, or non-work related use will not be tolerated. Professional communication is required at all times. Number 3, keep it on your channel. The department operates on multiple radio channels. You must remain on the channel you are assigned to for your zone, either the north compound or the south compound. If you switch to the trip channel, garage channel, or security channel, you are expected to return to your assigned channel immediately. Number 4, keep it short and sweet. With over 300 buses on the road at any given time, our main channels must remain clear to conduct business. Drivers and dispatch need to communicate effectively without long-winded explanations. Keep your transmissions short, clear, and to the point. Others are waiting to communicate. And finally, number 5, keep it loud and clear. Background noise can interfere with radio transmission. Hold the microphone slightly away from your mouth to avoid a muffled sound, and speak loudly and clearly to ensure your message is understood the first time. There are many reasons why we would need to call dispatch. When you are in need, dispatch is here to lead the way. When in doubt, call dispatch. Meet your dispatchers. We have 4 total, 2 in the South Compound and 2 in the North Compound. Please keep in mind that our dispatchers are actively answering calls from parents and schools. If your call is not answered immediately, please be patient and try again. Assisting dispatchers are our technical specialists. You'll need to report your spare buses and any late routes to them. When using the radio, it is imperative that you begin by stating your route number, followed by the department or person you are calling. If you fail to identify yourself, it can lead to confusion on the channel. After initiating your radio call, wait for a response before providing any details. This ensures your transmission is heard clearly. 4511 to dispatch.
Go ahead, 4511.
Buses are inspected every 60 days, and a spare bus will be assigned for the duration of the inspection. If you are on a spare bus for any reason, you must contact the tech specialist in dispatch before beginning your route. You must also log on to the tablet and select the tiers that you are running, including your own. These are mandatory steps for every driver. Even if you know the route, you must still sign into the tablet and select the tiers you are covering. Anytime you are running 10 minutes or more behind on your route, you are required to notify a tech specialist in dispatch. Timely communication is critical. If delays are not reported, we cannot notify parents or schools, which leads to unnecessary complaints. Please ensure all delays are communicated properly and on time. We will send automated calls to your parents, alerting them that the bus is running behind. We also make notifications to the schools. Students in pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade cannot be released without a known parent or guardian at the stop, and can only get off the bus with a sibling that is in 4th grade or higher. Both drivers and aides need to know their students. Often, drivers radio into dispatch asking for parent contact to be made if a student is still on board. Please understand that dispatch may not always be able to stop and make immediate contact with parents. When you encounter a parent or guardian not at the stop, you should keep the student on board and return to the stop if possible, or bring them into the compound. If a student is consistently left on your bus, it must be reported to your manager to ensure proper follow-up is made with the parent. We have a new feature called Guardian Check. Any student that requires a guardian at the stop will be indicated with an orange icon next to the student's name on the tablet. Anytime your bus makes contact with anything, It is considered an accident and must be reported immediately. This is classified as a Signal 4. There's no exceptions. You are required to notify dispatch right away, even if there is no visible damage or no students on board. All accidents, no matter how minor they may seem, must be reported for liability purposes. What may appear insignificant at the moment can later result in reported damage, injury claims, or safety concerns. Immediate reporting allows the district to properly document the incident, investigate if necessary, and protect both you and the organization. Failure to report a Signal 4 is considered leaving the scene of an accident and may result in disciplinary action, including termination. Timely and accurate reporting ensures transparency, protects everyone involved, and allows us to respond appropriately to any situation. Every Signal 4 must be reported. When reporting a Signal 4, dispatch will direct you to switch to the security channel. This ensures the main channel remains clear for ongoing operations. Dispatch will be in contact with 911 and will relay information as needed. It is critical that you remain calm, speak clearly, and stay on the security channel. You are required to follow any instructions given. Dispatch is going to ask you a series of questions, such as, what's your location? How many students are on board? Are there any injuries? And a description of the other vehicle. Once we confirm there are no injuries, we'll send an automated call to your parents, alerting them of the accident and also inform the school. Any incident on the bus requiring security or emergency response must be reported immediately. This includes any situation that escalates beyond normal student management, such as fights, weapons, drugs or alcohol, bullying, or sexual activity. In addition, it could also be parents boarding the bus or attempting to board the bus, parents blocking the bus or traffic, and parents threatening you or students on your bus. Dispatch will notify administration and coordinate the response. Immediate reporting is essential to ensure safety, proper documentation, and reduce liability for all parties involved. Be sure you are always completing your incident reports the same day. There may be times when you need to contact another department other than dispatch, such as routing for trip callouts, garage for mechanical issues, or security for emergencies. But once you are done communicating with them, always switch back to your assigned channel. Keep in mind, if you have a concern with your route, that is to be brought directly to your manager and not over the radio. Each bus is equipped with GPS and map navigation. But if you need directions while you're out on a run, radio into the routing team. They will guide you or provide the necessary directions you need. Routing is responsible for giving directions. Please do not interject. Multiple people speaking on the radio creates confusion and is counterproductive. Drivers have a responsibility to keep their passengers safe, which includes recognizing and properly responding to mechanical issues on their bus. Anytime a warning light or buzzer activates, you must immediately report it on the garage channel. The garage team will provide troubleshooting steps to help diagnose the issue and determine the course of action. It is important to communicate clearly and thoroughly so the correct actions can be taken. If you have students on board and require a replacement bus, the student transfer must be handled with precision to ensure student safety and avoid liability. Always communicate with dispatch. They need to know when you are rolling again and if calls need to be made to parents and schools. If needed, you may contact security directly without going through dispatch. Some reasons you may need to call security is for fights on your bus, a possible weapon on your bus, or the safety of you or your students has been threatened. However, you are required to notify dispatch as soon as possible. Dispatch must always be aware in order to notify parents, schools, and management, and to track any route delays. Failure to communicate with dispatch impacts the overall operations. All radio communication must remain clear, professional, brief, and of course, work-related. Here is a list of what will not be tolerated on the air. Excessive or unnecessary back and forth communication. Unprofessional language, tone, yelling or arguing, or disrespectful comments. Failure to keep your radio on the assigned or correct channel. Long, unnecessary, or disruptive transmissions. Failure to monitor the radio or keep your volume up. Transmitting music, sound effects, or non-work related conversations. Interrupting emergency or priority radio traffic, such as a signal for or medical emergency. Sharing confidential or personally identifiable student information over the air. Using the radio for anything other than essential operational communication. Failure to follow instructions or proper radio etiquette. If you violate any of these that have just been mentioned, it may result in disciplinary action such as follows. Your first violation will be a verbal behavior correction, advising you of what the expectations are. A second violation will result in an oral reprimand. And a third violation will result in a written reprimand. Remember to follow the 5 rules of the radio. Keep your radio volume up at all times. Keep your transmissions professional. Keep your radio on the correct channel. Keep your radio transmissions short and sweet and to the point. And keep your transmissions loud and clear. In case you missed it, let's review. Remember, keep your radio volume up. Keep your communication professional. Keep your radio on your assigned channel. Keep your radio messages short, sweet, and to the point. Keep your message loud and speak clear. Learn your 10 codes and signals. Radio dispatch if you're running more than 10 minutes behind. Radio dispatch for any signal 4s. Radio dispatch anytime you are on a spare bus. Radio garage first if you break down, and then notify dispatch. Radio security anytime you feel your safety is at risk. Remember, we are held to FCC regulations and can be monitored at any time. Please represent us well. All staff will be held accountable to meet all the expectations set forth by the Transportation Management Team. Failure to meet these expectations may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment. Thank you. Your training is now complete. If you have any questions, please speak to your manager. You may now proceed to the quiz.